everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Palmer's Cardinals going up against Bortles' Jaguars. With that, let's head up the road to Jacksonville, Florida. Standing by are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we welcome our viewers to Duval County, the northern part of Florida, and the largest city in the Sunshine State, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. They come out with one back and three tight ends. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Palmer. And incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And it's third down. And we take you through the starting defense for Jacksonville.
Jared Odrick is fast becoming one of the best anchor defensive ends in the NFL.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. On third down, Palmer. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
Well, there's the first time in this game that Carson Palmer finds Larry Fitzgerald. Likely won't be the last, but how about the way these two have helped each other's careers?
Yeah, they really have. It's hard to believe with Fitzgerald, well, really both of these guys, how long they've been in the league now. But Fitzgerald, gosh, 3rd overall pick back in 04.
Yeah, how about that? Remember, Carson Palmer, a former Heisman Trophy winner. He's finally found a real home in Arizona.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing again here, Palmer. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Here's Palmer to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Bortles was accident-prone last year, led the league with 18 picks and an early pick here.
And you know he spent a lot of time in the offseason working on this, thinking about it. It's not that he's not going to throw any. They just hope that that number gets cut down significantly.
Here's Chris Ivory with his first carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. From midfield, here's Bortles. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
From the gun on third down, Bortles. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kevin Minter. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
They begin the drive with Johnson. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
All right, say it with me now. There's a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty?
Yep.
Wiley? Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names?
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
On first down, it's Palmer. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jared Odrick. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Get ready. Blue 95.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Now Palmer on third and long. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Michael Floyd. And fourth down coming up.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
This is fielded inside the 5. Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. They'll run with Ivory. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Just 5 carries in Week 7 for Ivory in that loss. And, Yeldon only had 6 carries, but maybe that's a product of them getting behind early.
I think you're right. And once they got down, they decided to rely on Blake Bortles throwing the ball downfield. Those guys, 11 combined carries. They need more touches than that if Jacksonville wants to get back in balance on offense.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now a give. Running left is Ivory. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now Bortles. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
First and goal here from the 9. They'll try to run with Ivory. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
In motion, Julius Thomas. Bortles now on 3rd and goal. Fighting through. Flush to his right. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
That one was thrown into the end zone, and when they made a play on the ball, it was actually tipped up in the air. And that's not ideal for anyone on defense, because what you're ordinarily taught is to knock the ball down towards the ground, almost like a volleyball player coming over the top and spiking it to make sure that the offensive guys can't catch it on the rebound.
So after slogging through a scoreless first quarter, we have action on the scoreboard. A field goal makes it 3-0.
Well, with these two offenses, we weren't going to stay 0-0 forever, were we? I'm not sure that this opens the floodgates, but I doubt that's the last scoring we're going to see.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Let's go. Blue 58.
Now Palmer on 1st down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Hey, while we have a second, let's give that interesting stat that our crew dug up for 4-3 versus 3-4 teams. 48% of teams that start out 4-3 make the playoffs. Just 17% of 3-4 squads.
That's almost daunting, isn't it? But let's take a quick look at it with the teams that are 4-3 and 3-4. So if you're 4-3, some teams that I'm really keeping an eye on towards making a playoff drive, Pittsburgh. When they get Big Ben back, look out. They're extremely dangerous. And another one may surprise you, the Detroit Lions. They've won their last 3 in exciting fashion, and Matt Stafford's playing really, really well. At the 3-4 teams, San Diego, they were so snake-bit early. Now they've won 2 in a row. Keep a strong eye out for them. And last but not least, Cincinnati. They know how to win. It's time for them to crank things up.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Get ready. Blue 95. Here we go.
2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. He's got time. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
Third down, Palmer. And able to find John Brown. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown, 52 yards. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Bortles now on first down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick in the game. Instead, it'll be second down. That incompletion gives us a second to talk about the NFC East, which we've discussed the last couple weeks. But, gosh, every team in that division is above 500 right now.
And did anyone really expect Dallas to be 5-1 now?
No.
Even if Tony Romo had been healthy, right? Starting the year, made people skeptical. They're 5-1. Dak Prescott steering that ship. Washington won the division last year. They're still at 4-3, and they beat Philadelphia, who's 4-2. I can't wait for this Dallas-Philadelphia game on Sunday night. That ought to be a good one.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third.
Here we go now. Green,
And he motions the wide receiver. And they're going to go soft on the corners. On play action, now Bortles. Out to his left. Now he'll throw deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Robinson, 78 yards. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw is Palmer. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Paul Posluszny, the linebacker, brings him down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
All right now, blue
From the gun on third down, it's Palmer. He checks it down here to Ellington. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On first and 10, it's Palmer. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
So they start on the ground with Robinson here. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Partner, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. And the defense did exactly that.
Back near his goal line. Here's Bortles. Deep drop. And he is going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Bortles. It's a safety.
Yeah, this is good. I'm not going to even sugarcoat this one. I did not care at all for that play call.
Well, there's just so little time. You don't have much time to do anything. Why not, Charles, just run the football, take it into the locker room?
As you know, there are more bad things than good that can happen when you're backed up this deep with this little time. And sure enough, this is a late safety.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Here we go. Wide, deep.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Fells has it left side. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than 1 tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On second down, here's Palmer. Caught right side, Gresham. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessary.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. Now, Floyd's a guy the Cardinals want to get back on track. He's been in a bit of a funk this year. And against Seattle, 5 catches for 65 yards, and that was tying a season high.
Not only do they want him back on track, they need him back on track. Remember, Jerron Brown got hurt against Seattle. Looks like he's gone for the season. So they need Michael Floyd to really step up and assume the role that they thought he would fill. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
To throw again, it's Palmer. And now this one's intercepted. A 3rd interception for Palmer. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They start on the ground with Ivory, and he'll be taken down right around the 27. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 3 yards remaining here on second down. They run. Robinson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. A final shot before half for Bortles. Finding time. Stepping up. He'll try and run. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
They run with their short yardage man, Ivory. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Bortles going to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
Time running out here on the play clock. Throwing his Bortles on third down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. Ace. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Green.
Here we go on 4th down with Bortles. And he's got it to Hearns. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
They'll give it up to Ivory. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And quickly, they get to the line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far.
Fucking
I don't know
kidding
if the
me.
legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Ace, ready. Green 39. Green 39.
Bortles going to go on 4th down. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays and big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
They come up in a 2 tight end look here.
Let's go. Green 38. Green 38.
Out of the Wildcat, a wide receiver carry. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Here we go. Blue
They'll
45.
come out in the
Blue
pistol.
45. 51 Mike.
Now this time Bortles will throw. Completes it to Lee. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And the big tight end shifting around. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up, make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
That was so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Back now in Jacksonville. Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Now Bortles. It's caught right side. It turns. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go. Green 39.
Bortles to throw for it on 4th down. Lee's got it over the middle. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down. But I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they're going to speed things up here. Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
Now Palmer. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary. A nickel look. Now it's Palmer. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Posluszny. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
No, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says,
there he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Julius Thomas, 36 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And the kickoff sails out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty.
You can see the looks on the faces of the rest of the team. You have one job to do. Just kick the ball and play.
Well, that's exactly right, Charles. The kicker, and this is just inexcusable.
Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire game. Execute your job.
On first down, it's Palmer. Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tasha.
Peace out.